It is bank holiday weekend in England. Flights are very expensive to leave the UK right now, so we're making do with the trip in England. More specifically, on the northeast coast, we are heading to Robin Hood's Bay. And for once, I'm not the one that's driving. How was the drive?
Good.
Nestled on the rugged coastline of North Yorkshire, Robin Hood's Bay is a picturesque fishing village steeped in history and natural beauty. This charming bay is tucked between the cliffs, offering a breathtaking view of the North Sea, where the rolling waves meet the ancient stones of this timeless village. Only located a few miles south of its more famous neighbour Whitby, Robin Hood's Bay has been a haven for fishermen, sailors and smugglers for hundreds of years. Join us as we discover the hidden stories and enduring beauty of Robin Hood's Bay, where history meets the sea.
Wool jumper underneath.
Are you warm enough there?
Bloody hell, yeah.
From the big car park, it's about a 5-minute walk to the main part of the village. As you walk down the hill, there's also a smaller car park closer to the village. The aroma coming from the fish and chip shop is the first thing that greets us, but more on this later on. For now, it's time to press on down the hill and see what this place has to offer.
So we're currently in Robin Hood's Bay. Is
Yeah.
it named after Robin Hood?
So there is a couple theories regarding the name. One of them is that a long time ago they had a problem with French pirates, and apparently Robin Hood came here and drove the pirates away, so the village was grateful, and that's why they named the bay after the Robin Hood. That's one of them, but that apparently is a myth. And another one is, which I think is probably the most accurate, because the Robin Hood and all the smugglers here, they pretty much like from the same business. So it's like Robin Hood Bay, the name coming from all the smuggling that happened here.
Welcome to Robin Hood Bay, possibly one of the windiest places I've ever been.
The first pit stop of the day was at a cafe called The Cove, perched on the edge of the cliff, with an unbelievable view of the bay. We sat outside on a beautiful little terrace, with the perfect backdrop of the beach and the sea, sheltered from the wind and free to watch the world go by.
There's fruit scone on the way here. Fruit scone with jam, butter and clotted cream. Can't wait. What do we have here?
A cappuccino.
Nice touch, isn't it? The cafe and the waves. What happened to my scone? It's a bit misshapen, but this is what it's all about. Clotted cream and jam. Unbelievable. Bit of cream, slap it on. But it's the age-old question, what do you put on first, cream or jam? What do you think?
It doesn't matter, does it?
People are very particular about it.
Okay.
Personally, I put cream on first, and I put jam on top.
Would you eat all cream?
Probably. Why does somebody want some cream?
Are you sure?
So let's give this a try. Just gonna get this all over my beard.
Enjoy. How is it? Spot on.
Bellissimo. So the Cove, this is the place to come in Robin Hood's Bay. A nice cappuccino and a nice fruit scone with a bit of jam and clotted cream.
After being fed and watered at the Cove Cafe, it was time to continue our journey and explore more of Robin Hood's Bay.
So, Robin Hood Bay, first impressions. It's a nice little place, isn't it?
Yeah, very windy but absolutely picturesque.
Yeah, so what we've done so far?
Had coffee.
Had a scan, walking through these little corridors. There's corridors everywhere, and we've just walked along this one here, and there's little mosaics everywhere. It's a nice little place.
Walking next to the cliff wall, the vibrant mosaics come into view. Each one a burst of colour that tells its own story. These works of art capture the essence of Robin Hood's Bay, the spirit of the sea, the history of the village, and the creativity of its people. They serve as a beautiful contrast to the natural landscape, blending culture and history with the rugged coastline.
So this mural here that I'm going to show you, if you read what it says: "Once there were smugglers long ago, the fisher folk will tell you so." Yeah, so from the mural you can see that it mentioned about smuggling. So smuggling actually occurred here. It was a famous spot for smugglers coming from France and Holland in the late 18th century. And the reason why this happened was because taxes at the time were very high. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? So in the 18th century they imported through secret tunnels alcohol such as brandy and whiskey. There was silks. What else was imported?
Tea.
Tea, yeah. There was a very
Tobacco.
high tax. Tobacco as well, and tea. So this was a perfect place for the smugglers. They would rock up on shore in their little boats, and then they would help each other transport the goods through the tunnels. And then the tunnels would then be sold at discount prices, kind of like a black market.
As we turned around the last corner at the bottom of the hill, the sea came into view, and unfortunately, as did the crowds. We walked through the crowd and onto the beach. The sun may have been hiding, but with the tide out, the wide stretch of sand and rocks gave us plenty to explore along the shoreline.
Robin Hood Bay, it's a lovely place, but remember, this is the end of summer. It's still summer. It should be warm. It is by the coast, so make sure that you wrap up according to your needs, because it can get a bit chilly and windy over here. So apparently in Robin Hood Bay you can go hunting for fossils.
Apparently.
So
I think it's just a tourist trap because so far no fossils.
so far no fossils. We'll soon see about that.
The beach was full of happy dogs, running free and living their best lives, while boats lay patiently on the sand, waiting for the tide to roll back in.
So picture it, back in the day, you rock up on the shore from France or the Netherlands, got all your goods in the back, your tobacco, your whiskey and your bourbon. Get off the shanty too, take your goods off the boat, and then you go over here, over towards the town walls.
And up the hill.
So it looks like I found my first tunnel, so I'm going to smuggle some tobacco in.
And now for the getaway. At the bottom of the hill in Robin Hood's Bay, you'll find a lovely hub. This is filled with charming pubs, various shops, and cosy cafes. This bustling area is definitely the heart of the village, brimming with activity and local character.
Well, I found myself some fossils, but I didn't find them on the beach. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to pay for these ones.
At this point we realised that the main path around Robin Hood's Bay forms a loop, and before we knew it, we were back at the start. Before heading back up the last hill to the car, we decided to delve deeper into Robin Hood's Bay by getting lost in its picturesque winding alleyways. The beauty of Robin Hood Bay is there's lots of little turns. You turn left, you're going down a little alleyway. You walk down the alleyway about 10 feet and then there's another turn to turn right. So while it is a very busy place to come to, you only need to take a couple of turns and you're away from the crowds. Do you actually have a theory on crowds?
Do I actually have a theory on crowds?
Yes.
Yes, I do. So, from our observation, there is no crowds, no people, and no tourists if there is no gelato. If gelato is involved, then you're lost. There's so much pollution. No gelato, no people.
So there's lots of narrow alleyways. So that's going down, and then if we turn it around, we're going back up the hill. There's our favourite traveller, Ella. Take a left. Another street. And then we turn it around again. I'm going to show you something really cool. We walk down here. Nice little boat, Robin Hood's Bay, High Cliff Cottage. Look, this little lighthouse, that's a nice touch, isn't it? And then to the left, some seahorses. That's not a bad place to sit and watch the world go by, is it? It started raining, first time today, unbelievable. Summer holidays in the UK, eh? Exploring the alleyways of Robin Hood's Bay is like stepping into a hidden world of charm and history. As you wind through the narrow passageways, you'll discover quaint cottages, hidden courtyards, and intriguing nooks and crannies that reveal the village's unique character. Each turn offers a new perspective, from cosy ivy-clad facades and brightly coloured doors to stunning coastal views peeking through. Getting lost is part of the adventure. I'm very impressed with Robin Hood Bay, I've got to say. It's a lovely place, absolutely beautiful. It's tucked away in the little cove of the northeast coast in North Yorkshire. It's not too far away from Whitby. There's actually a hike that you can do, 7-mile hike from one place to another. We haven't had the chance to do it today. After finding our way out of the maze of alleyways, we realised that we were right near the car park where we started from. But all of that exploring had worked up an appetite, so there was time for one last pit stop. An old English favourite, the fish and chip shop. What we got there?
A good tea?
Good tea. It's getting a bit chilly now, isn't it? It's started to rain outside.
Yeah, and one big piece of ice. Okay, so what you have here?
So no trip to the seaside is complete without a trip to the fish and chip shop. So we've dropped by in. It started to rain outside. I would have ate them outside, but since it's getting a bit chilly now, UK summer and all, we've gone inside. Massive queue outside, people are getting wet, but I'm nice and dry and toasty. Got my hot chips, soak them with salt and vinegar. Job is good. And these little bits on the top are called batter. But in this part of the world, I think they call them scraps. And then nothing like an ice cold Coca-Cola.
To keep you warm, yeah.
And the chips are warm, they're hot I mean,
Okay.
but I don't want heartburn.
Oh, okay. So that's why you drink Coke.
That's why I drink Coke, to make it worse. Right, so while Ella's busy eating, I'm going to try and wrap this video up. Enjoy your food.
Yum yum.
So that is it for Robin Hood Bay. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Just remember, if you're in Whitby, it's only 7 miles to Robin Hood Bay, so make the most of it, why not? Spend half a day and go to Robin Hood Bay. The mosaics next to the cliff wall, getting lost in alleys, the different props that you see outside people's houses, it just adds a lot of character to the area. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I've got some plane tickets booked to the next place, so there's more adventures in store. See you in the next one.